Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I've had a lot of people ask me what cave I grew up in, which isn't actually entirely offensive because until starting about 4 years ago, I was completely unaware of most of the pop icons that you are likely familiar with, like Blondie. For example, until 5 minutes ago, I wasn't sure if Blondie was a band or a person. And it's probably likely that I've heard their music in passing, but I've certainly never done a deep dive analysis of Debbie's voice. So this is going to be a fun first. Let's get to it. Let's bounce here. Okay, this sounds familiar, but I have never put lyrics to it before, honestly. I think I've heard it playing in the background and kind of bobbed along, but the lyrics are totally new to me. I've never listened to it for storyline. I've just thought it was pleasant background music. So this is really fun to get into, y'all. First thing, I did my homework, a little bit of it, not too much, right? There's this careful balance. I read the lyrics ahead of time, read a little bit about the band, and uh, I didn't think that it was gonna be so peppy. Right? This feels like it's what shattered glass, right? And sometimes it's about I think the way that love can just break very quickly. There's also other interpretations, but I'm sure as we go along, I'm probably going to shift and how I think about those lyrics that I just read. Back to the beginning. Like, if you heard a song with this opening, like, what would you think that the lyrics would contain? I'm imagining, like, I don't know, cute bunnies hopping through a golf course. Like golf balls are soaring, and they're like, "Yeah, cool! I got in the, yeah, oh wow!" It's got some sort of adventure to it, a lot of pep. Hence, hopping bunnies, right? Something else that hops, kangaroos would work too. Heart of Glass does not come to mind at all. At all. I want to know what you guys think. If you were to write a novel, what would it be titled based on this opening 8 seconds? Maybe like it could be part of Rio. And it's still pretty dang peppy here. It just fills in a little. So the thing that does the storytelling, the actual storytelling in this, is her voice. And there's an almost snideness that she brings in at times, a snide remark. Like when she says heart of glass, you see this, even in the music video, you see a little cringe that goes with it. And you hear that in her vocal expression. I like the way she said at one point she sings love, and it just soars. Sounds really free. In general, her breath is high and airy, and then when she brings it low, she brings more focus and honestly just a lot of personality to it. It soars on love. And that's the snide, like, I have never been more intrigued by this song. Again, I'm sure I've heard it in the background. There's a vibe here that I'm like, oh, this is really, really familiar. But just this first stanza, we'll say, it had so much vocal expression while almost contrasting in story with the whole vibe and the music. It is extremely intriguing to me. So let's keep going. Wow, what an instrument to play. Chord. Yeah, I play the accordion. No, there's some really hilarious dad joke in there, but I'm not going to get to it because I'm going to go back and talk about this expression some more and also the vocal production. Because her voice has that light airiness to it, but she's a central focus amidst all of this pop and everything. I think that they've done a really nice job of essentially thickening it up. It sounds like she's probably doubled in here. In the chorus, which I think we just got to, she had a double that was lower as well, so that panned out to the side. But the main vocal, it sounds like she's, I think, probably done 2 takes of it, and that's feeding through. Or maybe there's just a double in the actual production chain. It makes it feel a lot thicker, even though the overall feeling is still light. It's a beautiful way to highlight, I think, her vocal expression and let it have a robustness while not taking away from that feeling of soaring. Fun how she has that sideways, a little bit of a sideways pull there. When you have a very minimal pull like that, it can be so fun for expression. Sometimes that kind of thing will become habitual, which I haven't seen with her, but just it's one of the main reasons we'll tell singers to practice in front of a mirror because there are all kinds of weird facial things that come up when a person is learning to sing, trying to learn how to shift the direction of resonance in their face, especially. And we'll get these tendencies that tend to be a little bit asymmetrical. Everybody's face is a little bit asymmetrical, but pulling really far in one direction is probably not so good. But if you do it like this, with just a little bit of attitude, it makes for a really, really fun expression. Really, anything that shifts the shape of a face like that is going to be heard in the emotion as well. I want to come back. Let's go to this section. Her voice has a way of filling out certain words to bring them more attention, to bring them more feel. Oh, I'll see if I can find one. Pause and point it out. That, like, feeling fine. It's almost like she's really enjoying moving through the vowel. Like she can taste the rainbow of the many, many colors that one vowel can have in your mouth. I know Skittles reference it. I wish it was about M&Ms. So much better. But if you, as a singer, if you're exploring how to bring more expression into your sound, one of the things that I like to suggest is to let the sound marinate. Let each thing that goes past your mouth, let it find its own life in there. She seems like she enjoys all of those microseconds, all of the milliseconds of feel, and she puts so much energy and emotion, and there's like a surge that goes into just that one little moment. That's one moment. I've heard her do this at least 10 other times so far in the song, and each time I feel more intrigued by what she's singing about. What I find is pleasing and I feel it fine. Love is so confusing. So I love the way she does same sort of thing on so. She actually does a little toss off. It reminds me hilariously of Dio. Also Meatloaf. Both of them do a similar toss off. I feel it fine. Love is so confusing. There's no peace of mind. Great syncopation. I'm losing you. It's just no good. You cheese like devil. Just no good. That also is mimicking those sort of toss-offs where a person will start on a note, but really it slides off fairly quickly in pitch. It's so good to it's good to communicate a lot of different emotions that essentially are falling in some way. Peace of mind. If I fear I'm losing you, it's just no good. You cheese like devil. Oh! Instrument in its own right. Once I loved, and it was a gas. Soon turned out, had a heart of glass. Seemed like the real thing, only to find. Much mistrust, lost all behind. So the band must be named after her, right? Like, was she a true blonde? Like this, gorgeous. Gorgeous hair and color. Just actually very, very pretty person, I would say. I admit that I don't know what the band is named after, and I'm only making an assumption here that it's named after her. And I'd also like to know, please tell me, especially if you're there with me in the live premiere, when people refer to Blondie, do they really mean her? Or do they mean the whole band? Because when I read about it, it's Blondie is the band, but sometimes the band and the lead singer sort of become synonymous. And so they say, oh yeah, Blondie, she's so good. In my mind, I would say Blondie, they're so good because it's the whole band. But they might just be thinking about that blonde lead singer. So please tell me, how do you reference them? It's a strange thing sometimes for me to dive head in, do a real analysis of a sound I'm hearing for the first time, and actually not know in what ways I should refer to them. So help me out here, y'all. Had a heart of glass. Seemed like the real thing, only to find. Much mistrust, lost all behind. Lost inside, undoubtable illusion, and I cannot hide. I'm the one you use, and please don't push me aside. We could have made it cruising, yeah. I have an analogy for her voice, y'all. I think that she is a memory foam pillow. Here's the reason why. It's got fluffiness around. Like some voices are like wonderful feather pillows. I think sometimes voices are like the really thin feather pillows that squish into nothingness. Those personally aren't my favorite voices. But when there is a feather pillow that's like a really thick feather pillow voice, that you're like, oh man, I just feel completely engulfed by this fluffy sound all around me. Love those voices. Her voice has that fluffy around it, but there's a sturdiness to the core of it. When she comes down from her head voice, which is the kind of sound up there, right? And then gets down into this part of her voice, she does something that a lot of people will refer to as mixing, where she's bringing in a little more weight and focus to the sound. If I was to talk about this just very scientifically at a laryngeal level. She is bringing in more thyroarytenoid engagement, meaning that there's going to be a little more thickness and probably a little more full contact with the vocal folds as well. And that causes her sound to have just more substance overall to it, even though we have that fluff all around. So uh, she is a fantastic memory foam pillow. Her voices. I'm the one you use it, please don't push me aside. We could have made it cruising, yeah. It's such a good dance song. Oh. And that's a part that feels like the whole crowd is supposed to sing along, right? Super, super catchy. It's being repeated very close to each other, very similar notes, one after another there. Note patterns, I should say. And easy to sing because it's all oohs and ohs. And if you're like me, you probably didn't know what the lyrics were the first few times you ever heard this. I like this kind of catchiness in the middle. It's so easy to dig your teeth into. It becomes a little earworm. You're going to hear it over and over. I'll probably be singing it throughout the house the rest of the day, if not, the next 2 weeks. I like that. I like having that kind of like a little niggling melody that's going to stick with you for a while. I like the smile in her sound too. Oh my gosh. If Debbie's voice were a drink, I think it would be a whiskey sour. Okay, I know. Analogies today, okay? And that's because, first of all, you have like the egg white foam, again, with the fluffy, but body of some whiskey in there. But then she has this smile, which I think is the brightness of the drink. But then there's also a bite that can be that snide little sass that she has in her as well. It's a very complex drink, right? One that you can enjoy over and over and over, and every night perhaps will taste a little bit different. I like the idea of hearing her voice actually over a long period of time, 10, 20 years, seeing how it evolves over her career, because this kind of fluffiness often will disappear later in a woman's years. I'm curious if it still stayed there, if we got a little more whiskey to that drink, It's, this is fascinating, y'all. I had no idea this would be that fascinating. All right, there's that smile, that sour smile, one might say. This is so carefree about something like hearts being broken. Like, I had love and then too bad, shattered to pieces. What a hilarious contrast. Maybe the overall message here is that life will go on. Maybe. I don't know. It's, I think all of us really want love that lasts, right? Like in this one thing called human life, where the only thing that is sure to happen is change or taxes. I think one of the things we really want is solidity, something that's going to stay. So having the breezy feeling is making me philosophical. Ah, heels. That's a nice dress. Oh, hey now. Whoa. That was a really fun first. I like getting to dive into Debbie's voice and hear how something that might seem so carefree is full of substance and philosophy. I wonder if I'm overanalyzing at times, but nah, I don't think so. I think life is full of philosophy and music even more so. If you want to check out some more analysis of songs that might feel carefree, but pack a punch, check out this playlist over here, and may you fall more in love with music every day. Mwah.